For my area now, even if na trek, we go trek to our village, we go trek go to our vote. Even if whether money dey no dey, we go trek go village to do this vote because of what is happening. The thing don too much. We don organize people for my area. I don't want to nation party I be because of, as in, we don mobilize people, talk to them. If you have, you help somebody to go and vote. If you don't have, even if na trek, we dey trek to our area to vote.
They don't have the money as usual. They have few, very few. They are scrambling. They are hunting for the money. They have sent their food soldiers, their food to mop up money, but they are not getting it easy. What CBN is doing is that they are regulating the volume they are giving to every branch, maybe 1 million a day. Out of the 1 million a day, you load the ATM machine and you pay on the counter. How much we then now have to give to their cohorts? Unless CBN officials are actually the one giving the money to some friends among them that are politicians. That is now those fighting corruption, now assisting corruption. That is if it happens. I don't want to believe it's happening. So to me, I believe if it is done equitably, nobody will have the cash.
The politicians may have their way around it. Having known the history of the country, how that laws does not always apply to the rich. You understand? They only apply to the poor masses. So it's possible that the politicians, as usual, will have their way around it. Another second possibility could be that there's something new about to happen or happening in Nigeria whereby the law will apply to everybody regardless of their social status or their economic status or whoever they might be. So it's not something that one can be quite sure until we see the outcome of the election.
The cash that is less in the economy now is a good policy for everybody, in quotes. Be it as it may, these politicians, they are the millionaires, they are the billionaires. They have direct access to these banks. They have their money in these banks. That when they request for this money, even when there is a limit placed and the banks refuse to respond, it will tell on them afterwards because they will go back and move their money out of the banks. And you know what banks need these days? They need customers, they need cash. So in as much as it will reduce cash in their hands, it will not totally stop vote buying. But to a large extent, it will be reduced.
I want to have a broad mind that Nigeria should have changed our currency. According to the law, it should be within 5 years, at most 8 years. So I listened to the CBN governor saying that he's happy that we have gotten an opportunity to redesign the Naira. I want to look beyond the election, though it came very close to election. The issue is the money that is in circulation for in the hand of the masses are very few. But according to CBN, about 3 trillion is in circulation, but now they have just returned about 1.5 trillion. Where is the other 1.5 trillion? It's in the hand of few. To me, money laundering is everywhere. And when there is money laundering, there will be so many illicit businesses that will be going on that government will not know because people pay with cash. People are funding banditry, terrorists, and area boys here and there, arms running. They do it with cash. They don't pay through transfer through banks because they will not be noticed. Government doesn't receive cash in certain transactions. So to me, it is called for so that people who have been hoarding money in their houses will be forced to bring it out.
Personally, I believe that a new Nigeria is being born with the change of the design of the currency. I personally believe that change is always hard. You understand? Anytime you reach a point where you have to change, it's always difficult to accept that change. But eventually, it may work out for your good. I see the situation is like a child. It's like a child being in his mother's womb. So while in the womb, he believes that that's the best place to be. But at the day of delivery, he will be crying because he felt like he's about to miss something, not knowing that he's coming to a bigger and a better world. So I believe that Nigeria is at that stage of delivery whereby
the CBN, they know what they are doing. I had a rumor that the CBN governor is fighting those that hindered him from purchasing the APC candidate form. And this thing, it's been chanting the cabals, the people that want to buy the vote buying, don't want to do this in election. One thing is sure that Nigerians are wiser now No matter how you bring the money, they will still collect your money and still vote their conscience. So the ball has changed. But what is happening now is that people are suffering. People are just lamenting and suffering. And the cash itself now, I saw a video yesterday that the terrorists are now holding the cash. In fact, they have it in excess. So this thing now, we are fighting a fruitless journey. This
Politicians that have counting the trends on people to be doing as in to be doing the PVC for them. From abroad, they even capture some faces. Some you will see woman face and man name. You will see the names, they are not even Nigerian names. Some obituary poster, they will snap it and do PPC on it. That the word of the governor of Imo State. Before there are how many thousand? I forgot. But now, presently, people that do PVC for that word only is 40 something thousand. Only the word. So there are so many ways that they are doing to just say, yes, with the new money. I know there are some people that have found their way already with this new money because CBN governor confirmed that they have released the money and we are not seeing the money. So probably we are thinking maybe that this kind of politicians don't carry the money already.